Right, Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, all well. And Shalom unto the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel, and the rest of the elects that are destined to be saved. I'm the brother Kalab from the GMS UK London Forecasters Camp, coming back at you with another lesson to help edify those of which I spoke of. So this lesson is going to be basically about how our people are destroyed. And Jake have a very destructive mentality in terms of everyday life. I mean, a lot of them do things which are not productive, and are actually very destructive, not only to themselves but also to everybody around them. It's like, because we're under the curses, Jake has this perpetual negative vibration to where they bring every situation into a negative. You know, they bring emotions into situations which shouldn't be emotional, and oftentimes those emotions can lead into explosive consequences. Now I'm going to play this video here. As you can see, you've got this she-devil here, this wicked ass Eve with the red hair, and watch her behavior and her mannerisms and how confrontational she gets over the most trivial of issues. Let me play this video.
Yeah.
And the water too, right? You have a blessed day.
Nah, man, I said a Twix.
You said a Snicker.
I said a Twix, man. I need a Snicker.
Snicker?
Yeah.
Oh, why you so mad? Chill out.
Man, just get what I asked for. Wrong with
You said a Snicker, bro.
I said a Twix.
Why you so mad?
Because I know what I said.
No, I know what you said. You tweaking. You is
Man,
tweaking.
I said a motherfucking Twix, bro.
Bro, you said, I heard you say it. I'm not tripping. Here you go, your Twix. You have a blessed day.
I said a Twix, right?
You have a blessed day.
No, you have a blessed day.
Why you so mad?
Fuck you so about.
Why you so mad?
Gave me the Twix, but I said Snickers.
Man,
What the hell?
that's my boy, man. You know what the difference is?
Hold on.
Fuck.
man.
Bro, I promise you said Snickers.
I ain't say that shit. I
Bring
said a
your
Twix.
ass on, man. Damn, man. Your ass always taking all day playing and shit, man.
Alright.
Bring your ass
Hey, you have a blessed day. Hey, chill out, my boy. Chill out. You good, bro.
You good, my boy.
Hey, love, my boy. You be smooth.
Your ass be playing and shit all the time, man. Fuck wrong with that.
Right, let me just explain what went down there in case you didn't catch it. The woman's in the shop. She asks the shopkeeper for a Snickers bar. He hands her a Snickers bar. Then she complains and says she asks for a Twix. And when he tries to correct her and says, no, but this is what you asked for, she gets irate, starts raising her voice, slamming her hand on the counter, basically creating a big scene and a controversy, to the point where her man must have heard her voice from outside getting louder, comes in to see what's going on. Now, this shopkeeper is lucky in the sense that he knew her man. Obviously, he must have served him in other circumstances, and he tried to smooth the thing out. In a different circumstance, with a different set of characters, that could have turned into a massive and violent confrontation where the guy walks in, think his woman's being disrespected, and then maybe wants to pull a gun on the shopkeeper because his pride has been wounded, because he feels like he has to act extra macho to protect his woman. Now, I'll say this, right? I've experienced this in the world before, where you'll be out and maybe you run into a man and his woman, and maybe you bump into them, or maybe, I don't know, just something trivial, right? And because he's with his woman, he feels like he has to act extra macho to show that he's not a punk, because he's trying to impress the woman he's with. I've experienced that a lot of times in the world, you know, little altercations with niggas in the world who want to act extra hard just because they're with their woman. Now, you've got to be, to maneuver through this world, you've got to be psychologically on point, and you have to outsmart the demons that you're coming up against, because if you play into their trap, they're gonna act out on what they want to do, because a lot of these Jake, they just want to be destructive, and they take pleasure in destroying other Jake. You know, Jake is a very Jake outside this truth is a very self-destructive people, and they love nothing more than to see another Jake get destroyed. So you have to, be psychologically on point and outsmart these demons and not play into their trap, because they'd love to get you into a confrontation to where you get carnal and then they get carnal. And then because you've been drawn into their domain, they can overpower you. Not necessarily through their own, maybe not even by their own strength, but it could get you into a situation where now you're having to deal with police officers. Maybe you're looking at spending a night in jail for assault. Because let's say you did get into an altercation with one of these Jake and you broke his nose. You're going to have to, the police are going to come, you're going to get arrested, he's going to get arrested. It's going to be a case of, okay, who did this, who done what? You might be looking at spending a night in jail or longer. You don't need that drama. You don't need that. So in order to not get into that type of domain, because that's where they want to get you. That's where they want to get you. They want to get you to be carnal and not spiritual. In order to not fall into that trap, you got to outsmart them. So you got to use psychology against them to your advantage. So that's what the shopkeeper done in this situation, because I'm going to play the clip again. Now I've explained the context of what's going on. You'll be able to see it. If you listen to the way the shopkeeper spoke when her man came into the shop, he spoke smooth words to the guy to straighten the situation out. And thankfully, in his case, he was able to get on the good side of the guy and he didn't take any offense. But as I said, in another situation with another set of characters, that could have easily been a massive altercation. Now, the scriptures talk about how to deal with people in the world. And I'm going to bring out a precept here. Bear with me while I pull it up. Bear with me, I'm just finding the scripture here. This is Proverbs 15 and verse 1. Let me pull it up on the screen so people can see for edification's sake. Proverbs 15 and verse 1 says, "A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. The tongue of the wise useth knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools poureth out foolishness." So let's read this again. Proverbs 15 verses 1 and 2. "A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. The tongue of the wise useth knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools poureth out foolishness." Let's play this clip again, and you'll see what's going down.
I need a Snicker.
Snicker?
Yeah.
And the water too, right? You have a blessed day.
Nah, man, I said a Twix.
You said a Snicker.
I said a Twix, man. I need a Snicker.
Snicker?
Yeah.
Oh, why you so mad? Chill out.
Man, just get what I asked for. What's wrong with
You
you,
said
man?
a Snicker, bro.
I said a Twix.
Why you so mad?
Because I know what I said.
No, I know what you said. You tweaking. You is
Man,
tweaking.
I said a motherfucking Twix, bro.
Bro, you said I heard you say it. I'm not tripping. Here you go your Twix. You have a blessed day.
I said a Twix, right?
You have a blessed day.
No, you have a blessed day.
Why you so mad?
Fuck you so about.
Why you so mad?
Gave me the Twix, but I said Snickers.
Man,
What the hell?
That's my boy, man. You know what the difference is.
Hold
Fuck.
on.
man.
Bro, I promise you said Snickers.
I ain't say that shit. I
Bring
said a
your
Twix.
ass on, man. Damn, man. Your ass always taking all day playing and shit, man.
Alright.
Bring your ass
Hey, you have a blessed day. Hey, chill out, my boy. Chill out. You good, bro.
You good, my boy.
Hey, love, my boy. You be
Your
smooth.
ass be playing and shit all the time, man. Fuck wrong with all that.
I need a Snickers.
So you can see how bugged out these people are, man. And if you look at this woman's response, she gives a level 10, like let's say you can rate responses on a level of 1 being calm and 10 being the most angry. She goes from being a level 1 to a level 10 in a matter of seconds over something as trivial as a bar of chocolate. This is what I mean when I say, forgive me, this is what I mean when I say, when you learn to recognize demons, you can see when demons are manifesting in people, because this is an example of it. And the demon wants to draw this situation into a confrontation. That's why she starts slamming her hands on the counter and raising her voice, because she wants that altercation. And when the shopkeeper's asking her, why are you so angry? The demon can't even respond. She's just got a rage demon in her, man. And this is why we have to be very careful when we leave our homes, man. There's a precept I want to get here on this, man, because every time you step outside your front door, or I should say every time you're about to step outside your front door, we need to send up those prayers for the Lord to protect us, man, because we really are as sheep in the midst of wolves. Let me see if I can find this precept here. If I can remember where it is. No, that's not it. Damn it, I've forgotten where this precept is. Bear with me a second while I find this. Oh, how do I say it? I can't even roughly paraphrase it. It's totally jumped out of my head. Damn it. Ah, there it is. I found it. Brilliant. There we go. Found it. This is the prayer. And to be honest, I'm glad I found this because I need to start praying this more myself before I go out. You know, this is a good one to pray. Psalms 121, starting at verse 1. A Song of Degrees. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord Yahweh is thy keeper. The Lord Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Here's the point. Verse 7. The Lord Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. So, as I said, the point is in verse 7. The Lord Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. So that's what we need to be praying, because we really are, we're amongst our enemies, man. Now, our enemies are listed in Psalms 83 as the other nations. But even more than that, our own people are against us, man, because some of our worst enemies are our own people. Because Jake will think nothing of destroying another Jake's life or taking another Jake's life, because they don't value their own lives. So when they see people that look like themselves, they don't value them either. So they'll think nothing of taking your life. But let Jake come across an Edomite and they'll think twice and even 3 times or even 5 times before they try and act up the same way they would to an Edomite as the way they would to Jake, because they know if they act up against the Edomite, they're going to face consequences. But on the other hand, if Jake destroys another Jake, the consequences tend to be far less. Or even with the other nations, like an Ishmaelite or an Elamite, Jake or a Moabite, Jake will have more respect for those other nations, but for their own people, they have zero respect. So you've got to avoid these people at all costs, man. That's why me, myself, personally, I don't like to venture out unless I absolutely have to. And even when I do that, I try to keep my journeys as short and to the point as possible, and then I can return home to where it's safe. The more you interact with this world, the more opportunities there are for these demons to try and infiltrate your mental state and try and attack you. Every time you set foot out your front door, you're under demonic attacks from all these other people, even if they don't even say anything. Sometimes just standing next to these, I was going to call them MFers, but I want to keep this video rated PG. So You know, even standing around these people, man, you can feel the negative energies on them. And, you know, you just got to keep your distance and do your best to avoid them. Yeah, if I talk for any longer, I'm going to start dropping some F-bombs. So I'm going to end this lesson here. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, double honors unto the elders and apostles of great millstone that rule well. And shalom unto the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel, and the rest of the elect that are destined to be saved. Shalom for now.